We're back now with reaction from pollster Frank Luntz and our focus group. Frank?
Megan, a month ago, we showed you the highest debate moment that we have ever tested since 1996. Well, tonight I have to show you the lowest moment, the moment that our New Hampshire voters said they've heard enough. Let's take a look.
When you are faced in the last financial crisis with banks going under, and people who put their life savings in there, you got to deal with it. You can't turn a blind eye to it. Now, going forward, that's one thing. If you had another financial crisis, perhaps there would be an effort to make sure that we...
Okay, so what was it? Who had a negative reaction to John Kasich tonight? Oh. Really?
Painful.
I need a word or phrase to describe John Kasich.
Boring.
Tiring.
Irritating. Finished.
Hold on. Finished.
He doesn't belong on the stage. Chris Christie should have been there in his
How
place.
many of you agree with that? How many of you put Christie? How many of you would put Christie on the stage in the next debate? So what was it about John Kasich? He's been a successful governor of Ohio. He's won in a state that is essential for the GOP. What's the problem?
He is the biggest liberal on that stage, and that is why everyone was so bothered by that comment. That was the most liberal comment I have ever heard on a Republican debate stage.
But why is it liberal?
All we hear about is past what he's done.
And what do you want from him?
Nothing for the future.
It's just contrived. He's totally contrived as a candidate. He's like a cardboard cutout of what he thinks we want to hear.
He has turned Ohio around.
He sounded like Obama when he said he's going to decide, basically, who can afford it and who can't.
Who wins and who loses, that's what he said.
In the back.
He went from my #2 candidate right off the charts.
Because? Why? But why?
He was acting like he was running the debate. He kept interrupting. He just did not present himself well.
So I have to ask a question of you, because we've got the 5 don'ts, the 5 debate don'ts, and the #1 debate don't is don't interrupt. Right. What's the issue there? Why? They're trying to jump in.
Politeness.
But how do you get in?
But you have to wait for the moderator to call on you. If you have the chance to respond, they give you the chance to respond. There's no need to interrupt.
So there's a specific moment. And, Megan, Donald Trump is fascinating because Carly Fiorina is one of the most aggressive candidates. If you listen, she's going to get into any question she wants to. But Donald Trump challenged her, and I know you've got a clip. Let's play it.
Why does she keep interrupting everybody?
Yeah.
Boy, terrible.
Yeah, I'd like to finish my response, basically. You know.
Okay, explain it. What's the issue in the back?
Trump has a target on her head, and if it would have been anybody else like Rubio, it wouldn't have been a big deal. But he has a target on her head, and she only interrupted one time.
Go ahead.
Given the past interaction between the two of them, he probably should have kept his mouth shut on that one and not brought more controversy on with that.
He is so infantile. I mean, he is just immature and infantile.
He talks down to her all the time.
So you guys feel sorry for her?
No, not sorry for her.
He's just rude.
I feel sorry for him.
Rude.
I feel sorry for him.
He's a pig.
She was being rude after interrupting him. No, she wasn't. She listen. She did not.
Rubio interrupted just.
Okay, so then how do these candidates handle this? How do they get into the conversation? Wait their turn?
I think a little bit of interruption is fine. John Kasich interrupted far more than Fiorina did, and he did it in a really loud and obnoxious and very rude, irritating way.
So I've got to ask you, because we got some clips, but I want to get the voice of the people here. Another debate don't. Don't spend too much time telling stories. You know, you just groaned. What's the groan?
We know their stories. We've heard them over and over and over. Take the time to be substantive.
Rubio is getting very close to talking too much about his family.
Do you guys agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
You know, I think the biggest thing is we're all tired of hearing what they did. I want to know what the hell you're going to do for us.
Do you guys agree with that? Absolutely. So we got another debate don't. Don't violate Reagan's 11th commandments. You guys agree with that?
Yes.
So who's the candidate who attacks the other candidates the most?
Trump.
You guys agree with Trump? So your advice to him is stop?
Yes.
What's your advice to Trump?
stop being so rude and disrespectful with your comments. Stick to the issues.
You're supposed to, though, show the differences between the candidates, right?
When it comes to a general election, if you guys have been, if they've been tearing each other apart so much, they're very vulnerable when it comes to a general election. And I think that's what happened with Romney.
I know you're a Trump person. You going to defend him here?
Yeah, he's not an establishment guy. He's not in bed with special interest or lobbyist money. So I think that's what we need for this country.
Anybody else want to defend Trump? One more. Go ahead.
He's not politically correct. And that's what we need.
And so it's okay for him to interrupt.
There's a difference between rude and politically incorrect. Politically incorrect is calling something what it is. Being rude is calling somebody a fat pig on national television.
But he didn't do that.
Well, but that's the difference between rude and politically correct.
So he's talking about her looks and everything else, and I mean, my advice would just drop out. I mean,
I've got another debate don't. Don't forget that Hillary Clinton is the real opponent. You guys agree with that? So which candidate of them all is most likely to take the case to Hillary Clinton?
Ted Cruz.
Why?
The guy overall covers every aspect of what we're looking for in a candidate, and he addresses it all.
Who else?
And can defend it.
I think it's Marco Rubio. I think, he presents this optimistic message for the future. He's able to connect with the common man, and I just think he has great ideas.
Okay, and one more?
Marco Rubio, because he's really has the future. He's got the best chance against Hillary out of all of those candidates.
I just want to point behind you. Did you guys see the art behind you? What'd you think of it?
Great. Great stuff.
Megan, the art is created by, great, Steve Penley. There, I just had the moment that Ted Cruz had tonight. But what's great is that this is New Hampshire, and this is the all-American state, the state that indicates to the rest of the country what they should think and how they should feel. And we've got the all-American art behind us. It was a very interesting night. Great night for Ted Cruz. Awesome night for Marco Rubio.
I want to ask your audience a question. I want to ask the focus group a question, which is, do you guys believe the allegations against Ben Carson when it comes to allegedly fabricating his resume?
No. Come on. How many of you believe it? No. How many of you don't believe it?
Wow.
This is why. This is actually important, Megan, because this is why his numbers don't fall, even though the media's been attacking him. Because if they don't believe it in New Hampshire or Iowa, and these are the states that matter, it means that the attacks aren't credible.
Frank, thank you. Everyone with Frank, thank you as well so much for your time. All the best to you. Yes, yay, give yourselves a hand. Great job.